This is the fourth look at Scottdale. And what I'm going to do is put this on autopilot here. And we'll get to see some pictures while I'm talking. When I think of Scottdale, two important years come to mind: 1873 and 1929. In 1873, the southwest branch of the railroad came through Scottdale, and that ushered in a period of prosperity, which was really boom times. And between 1873 and 1929 were really good times for Scottdale. And someone commented that Scottdale was the wealthiest community in Westmoreland County during that period. But in 1929, the stock market crashed. That was the beginning of the Great Depression. Now, when I start to show you pictures, the first thing you'll see will be the biggest producer in town during that boom time. It was a factory that made pipes, very big metal pipes. And those in charge of the factory bragged that it was the largest producer of its kind in the country. In 1939, what you'll see is only a footprint of the plant. The damage of the Great Depression had done its work. And part B of the plant had been cut up for scrap iron. Eventually, the remaining part A was taken over by another company. And Scottdale did survive the Great Depression, but it was not the same. After we've had a look at the iron pipeworks, I'm going to show you some pictures in and around the town itself. Some people, places, and things. So hang on now while I change gears. I have to get this out of our way. This mapping shows us Scottdale. We've seen these things here. This was the big thing in town. This was the iron pipe works. Made pipes as big as 6 feet in diameter. This up here was the beginnings of it in the 1890s. And as time went on, it turned into this behemoth here. A huge plant. It went the whole way from the old furnace, the blast furnace, up to the lumber company way up here. These are some of the wares of the plant. And these are pipes on the way over to Youngwood, to the train yard over there, where they'd be put on a train to be taken out to different places in the country. This was part B of the plant, showing the plant with its pipes out back. Scottdale in better times. Showing the plant with all of the pipes ready to be shipped out. A guy standing beside one of the 6-foot pipes. They made them from 6 feet down to 3 inches in diameter. This is the train that pulled the pipe mill special. Every day it would go over to Youngwood taking pipes. These are railroad people. These are the guys who drove that train, the engineer and the fireman. Now this is 1939, looking down from the air. And what we'll see is a footprint of part B of the plant. It's not there anymore. It's cut up for scrap. This is part A. And this was the remains of the rolling mill. And we're going to move on a bit. You see, this was the rolling mill, which has been repurposed by the 1950s. An outfit called Uptograph moved in there. They make large transformers, which we'll see. And this was part A of the pipe plant. An outfit named Duralloy moved in there. They do high alloy castings. This is a good shot. Now this is a street scene. That's Popcorn Bill pushing his popcorn wagon around. Now, you wouldn't think that a humble operation like this would, by 1919, become a wholesale company that operated in several counties. And as a matter of fact, Siemens Wholesale Company is still in operation. Now, this is a street scene in Scottdale. And you see a little girl over there getting water. And there are also troughs for horses and for the smaller creatures like dogs and cats. Now here we see what was one time the center of life in town, the train station, where people were coming and going all day long. And here it is today with a caboose out there. It's surprising how some things remain. And the trains weren't the only things on rails. There were streetcars also running on rails in Scottdale. But they didn't always stay on the rails. Sometimes streetcars came off the rails. And this one went right through the front wall of a house. There was a lady in that room playing a piano when a streetcar came through the wall. And you could imagine that was not a good day. And we've come to the end of number 4, and I'm sure we'll see you again. So long for now. Bye.